by far the best way of communicating with clients. So rather than, if you're thinking I need to call my clients, you could send out one video with a video message. Hey, everyone, here's what's going on. If you have questions, call me, and you're done, rather than trying to make 17,000 Zoom calls. Have a face for email. Yes, you do. Brian, you should be the spokesperson for CMS. That's all I'm saying. So
for CMS?
Yeah, the whole thing, just everything.
Okay. So again, when it comes to why this OEP is going to look a little bit different, again, in the past, the OEP hasn't necessarily been a big deal. It's been the first year they did it, didn't see a lot of outcome from it. Last year was actually a pretty significant year for OEP. We had a lot of people who, again, due to all the changes that happened with Medicare.gov, due to the changes of not being able to save drug lists, there's a ton of inaccuracies, a lot of things went bad. We saw a huge jump in OEP. I imagine right now with the biggest talk and the biggest questions we're seeing going into OEP is there going to be an SEP for COVID? Are they going to extend it? What's going to look like? Right now, it's business as usual. I imagine you will still see a significant amount of movement due to people enrolling. I saw a lot of issues with people who use the 1-800 number on the TV, the old football player, trying to sell Medicare Advantage plans. That actually, this year, I think more than ever, actually did affect the market. Those advertisements affected everybody more this year than they have ever. You're going to be fixing a lot of mistakes and a lot of people calling that 1-800 number. Whether they know they changed their plan or not, that's what you can expect to see this OEP.
Yes, and that's still one of the top complaints, and has been for years, that CMS gets from seniors is, I didn't know I was changing plans. So, and like Olivia said, all these commercials with these retired athletes that everyone that senior knows, and it's a senior knows, and all of us are going, who the heck is that? All those people that are using those numbers are the ones calling. I bet I'm willing to wager a lot of money, like a nickel, to say that I didn't know I was changing plans. I called, get some information. Before I knew it, I got a new packet in the mail. So,
so when planning your Q1 numbers, again, Mike, kind of the Mike math that you do as far as if you have a 10% closing ratio, what does this look like? What are we looking at here?
Oh, so one thing I always focus on is, don't focus on how many sales you want, focus on how many appointments you need to get the sales, because I think we fall into the trap, and I've seen this happen time and time again, is, okay, I need 3 sales every week. Let's say that's your goal, 3 sales. Well, Monday hits and you get 2 sales off the bat, and you're like, sweet, I only need 1 more sale this week. I can slack off. I could just coast the rest of the week. I'm sure I'll trip over a sale sometime. Well, as we know, you have to keep the momentum of appointments up. As soon as that starts to fall, it's a very slippery slope, and it takes about a 3-week turnaround process to really ramp it up again. So we see agents have a good Monday, take off Tuesday, slack off Wednesday, think about Thursday, and then Friday go, well, I'll just take care of it Monday. Then Monday hits and they have 0 appointments for the week, or maybe 2 appointments for the week when they need 30 appointments for the week. So focus on, I need to run 30 appointments, not I need 3 sales. Because what's the worst case scenario? You have a 20% close ratio one week and you have 6 sales, then keep that momentum going. So focus on appointments per week when you're making your goals, not sales per week. That's my high horse.
That's good. That was a good high horse. A question that Bernadette was asking is, how can she approach the open enrollment period on Facebook? So remember, Facebook is not designed to be selly. It's not designed to try to sell anybody anything. It's all about, again, building a relationship on a mass basis. So when you're approaching the topic of OEP, what you want to do is approach the topic of being educational, not salesy. Because remember, you cannot market OEP. So what I would do would be to put out a message. Again, one topic that you can do is actually share CMS publications on OEP, because you're not marketing it. That's pure education. You can say, hey, check out this election offered by CMS. So again, that's something you can share, that CMS content. I imagine carriers like United Healthcare, Aetna, Humana, Anthem, their Facebook pages are probably going to be posting content about that. so you can share, just click that little share button and post it to your own personal page. That's completely fine. You have the ability to do that as well. If it were me, I would be putting out a video or doing Facebook Live series about checking your plans. Go fill your prescriptions this month. Go ahead and set up your gym membership. Go ahead and do this. If something isn't right, give me a call. And really saying that we have the potential to fix any mistakes that you made during the annual enrollment period. So you're not necessarily marketing AEP, you're keeping it very informational, but you're not going out there and saying, hey, you still have an election, give me a call, because that would be considered marketing. So videos, keep it education, share content from both CMS and your carrier partnership.
100%. The only word of caution I say is when you're sharing carrier content, watch the comments, because if you go to a carrier's page and sometimes read the comments, some people don't like carriers. I know it's hard to imagine, but there are some ruthless people on Facebook, as we all know. So make sure you're sharing content that doesn't have 13 people screaming at the carrier saying you're the worst on earth and we hate you. Now,
oh, and they're never right. They're like, you didn't pay for my son's broken foot 3 years ago, and it's like, well, that wasn't Medicare company, but they don't know the difference. I mean, that's not their job to know the difference. So regardless of what is true and what's not true, perception is always the most important thing.
Exactly. Yeah. I love it when I tell people I'm an insurance agent and they're like, oh, United Healthcare, we hate them because they didn't do this. And I'm like, I work on the Medicare side. You're 40 years old and have group insurance. Two different things, but to them, it's all the same. Speaking of it, OEP, nice little transition. Reminder, MA plans only. If they have a SUP or PDP plan, they cannot acquire a new Medicare Advantage plan, and they can only use the code once. So if you have Myrtle sitting in front of you and she changes from one MA plan to another, that's it. She can't do it again in February or March. You can use that code once and you are done. So there you go. We do have, I think it was on the Medicare Cafe page, we put our OEP cheat sheet on there. So definitely check it out. You can download it, and that's for your personal reference to say, my prospect has this, here are the moves I can make. And like we mentioned earlier, you can advertise. You can't advertise, but you can educate. Another great way to do it, I know a lot of news outlets will do Medicare stories. You can share the news outlet stories on your timeline as well. Yes. And if you have questions on this, if you're talking to somebody and you're like, maybe I could do this, maybe I can't, they've asked me a question, I'm not sure, you can go to smsteam.net, go to the services tab, and there's our support services. You can email us directly. You could fill out the form that's on there and attach documents if it's necessary, and we will get back to you. We also have live chat Monday through Friday. I believe it's 8 to 5. Monday
it's
Thursday.
9 to 4. 9 to 4 Monday through Friday.
Just in the lower right corner. And if they're not there, you could drop them a note as well. So lots of ways to communicate with us, or of course, pick up the phone and give us a call, and we'll be happy to help you out. And again, if it's after hours, if it's on the weekend, and you're like, I need to get this out of my head, because I'm like that. If I don't write it down or do it right away, it's gone forever. So use this form, use our phone number, use our email, use our live chat. That's what we're here for.
Couple questions I want to address. Let's see, one from Michelle. She says, can't people move supplements at any time if they have a GI or can go through underwriting? Absolutely. If somebody is on a Medicare supplement, or even if they're not, if they're on basically anything other than a Medicare Advantage plan, they can enroll into a Medicare supplement, change Medicare supplements, disenroll with a Medicare supplement. There are no rules. As long as they either have a guarantee issue situation, which is kind of few and far in between. It's on page 21 and 22 of the Choosing a Medigap Policy Handbook, what guarantee issue situations are, or they can qualify via health. So that's exactly why there isn't an OEP for Medicare supplement other than the first 6 months of their Medicare Part B, because they don't need an election to make those changes. Jim asked, sending birthday cards, should they be real mailed cards or can you use e-cards? I have an opinion, Mike. I'd like to hear yours.
Well, it depends on how many cards you're sending out. It's, the most effective system I saw was from an agent when I worked at Humana. They had an accordion folder. And so at the beginning of the month, they would look at their CRM and say, okay, here's who has birthdays this month, and they would handwrite them. They had a lot of clients, but they just did it one fall swoop, And the week before their birthday, they would put that card in the according folder saying, okay, Monday I got to send out these birthday cards. And they just send out cards once a week. So they didn't do it they did basically once a week. Yeah. So like right now, I'll be looking at February. Okay, the first week of February, I have these birthdays. The second week of February, I have these birthdays. The third week of February, and so on and so forth. So that's how she staged them. Now, she's highly organized and is able to do that. If you have a huge book of business and it's not, you don't have the time to do it, then an e-card is better than nothing. So it just depends on size of book of business, your organization, the effort you want to put into it, and time management.
I couldn't agree more, especially with the aspect of e-card. Woo, an e-card is better than nothing. A handwritten card is better than an e-card. We actually utilize a company called Handwritten, HANDWRYTTN, I believe, Handwritten. And what it does is you upload a list and it handwrites the birthday card. But what's cool about it is it uses a robot arm. So it's an actual ink. It's not printed on the cards. It's actual ink, and it writes with a robot on that, and it sends it out to them. That is kind of the best case scenario for those of you who have a larger book of business. It's pretty affordable. I don't know the exact pricing on it, but it's really, really effective. And so that is something that, again, kind of outsourcing that service, because when it comes to like birthday cards are a retention activity. Retention activities are supposed to keep you very, very productive and not busy. Handwritten cards are very effective and accomplish a lot, but can keep you really, really busy and not so productive. So if you have a big book of business and you're willing to invest the money, handwritten is the way that I would go.
Yeah, Brian said Luke Skywalker, a robot hand. Agreed. I was thinking Skynet, so I don't trust robots sending me letters. Just saying, because it's like we're coming to get you before your birthday. Love Skynet. So Valerie said she wants to learn more. Well, congratulations. We have new agent school all week.
It's all week.
Yes, so yesterday we talked about Medicare 101. Today at 11 o'clock, so in 40 minutes, Olivia and I will be talking about the various products you can be selling. Tomorrow we're talking about marketing. Thursday we're talking about selling. And Friday we're talking about retention. If you're not registered, go to smsteam.net, click on events, and you could register for the whole week with one registration. So check that out. And
Martin, question. Client the CSEP. Martin, it looks like you're talking about the underage 65 market, the non-Medicare eligible market. Let me know if that's the case. Mike's and myself, our education is almost strictly Medicare beneficiaries, Medicare related products. So let me know if I'm misreading that or misunderstanding that, but I'm reading that it is an under 65 product.
Yeah, I know.
But I wouldn't feel comfortable advising my sister on an underage plan right now.
No, we've pretty much gotten away from the ACA. Like the year 2 it came out, we're just going to focus on Medicare. So because it's very, very, very geographically challenged. Some areas have a couple different plans to choose from. Some you have one, and it's like if you don't like it, you're just going to have to go uninsured. So yeah, we ran away from it. But we could definitely, I would say, if you have a question like that, post in the Medicare Cafe agent group, because I know there are other agents that do underage, and they could help you out. So try that, and then see if someone can help you. And again, that area is Medicare Cafe Network Agents. One of my New Year's resolutions is to go Friday live at 9 o'clock each and every week. So we will be talking about household indemnity to home healthcare pivot this Friday. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, go there at 9 o'clock and find out.
A lot of cool things.
Oh yeah, so if you want to learn, Valerie, if you want to learn more about marketing the seniors and Medicare Advantage and supplements, come at 11 o'clock today Central, basically in about a half hour, and we're going to talk all about that. We've got tons of resources in there. So that is where we hope to see you. And again, smsteam.net/events, and then you just register right there. And it's all how much? Freebie.
Wow.
That costs nothing.
That was quite the hype there.
Did you not ever watch, what show was that? It was one of those shows where they build cars, and they always said freebie. I don't remember what the show was. Anyone? I might be on my own here. I
I
love
think
shows
you're
about
on your
cars. I
own.
grew up in the house where my father was a mechanic, all his brothers were mechanics. There's always a car in the garage getting fixed. So if it has wheels and a motor, I'm interested. And that's my guilty pleasure for, my noise when I'm working is like Hot Rod Garage or some stupid thing. I don't know.
So in order to register for the new agent school, Valerie, I want to answer that question. Or just in order to register and attend new agent school, go to SMS team, so senior marketing specialist team, like a baseball team, .net. That's our website. And then click on events. It'll have a calendar there. Make sure you click on new agent school and you can get yourself registered there.
Yes. 100%. So yeah, hopefully we'll see you there. And again, even if you can't make it one day, we do have notes for each and every day you could download. And like for yesterday, we do have a guide you could download with all the notes of topics and discussions we had. So check that out. We look forward to seeing you there, or we look forward to you downloading the information, using it to help further your career. Yay!
Yay!
So any other questions, comments, concerns, threats, or promises? Again, like Medicare Cafe on Facebook, there is an OEP cheat sheet on there. We're going to make you work for it this week and go find it yourself. You have to go to Facebook, look up Medicare Cafe, and it's on the post there. There's a link to download it, and then you have a free resource for OEP. SMSteam.net, Valerie. Team. SMSteam.net.
I just messaged it to you privately. That sounds weird. I just sent you a little text portion of that, so you should have it now.
Well, it's not really private now. You announced it.
Well, I mean, I pushed the button to send privately. I don't know why it makes me uncomfortable, but it does, but I did it.
Perfect. Anyone else, of course, is welcome to join us on those, on the new agent school all this week. We do those once a quarter. So if you miss it, or let's say you get a new agent in your office and you want further train them and have us do it for you, we do these every quarter, except the fourth quarter when it's AEP. So next quarter we'll do it again. Q3 we'll do it one more time, and then Q4 we are AEP indoctrinated. So the hospital indemnity on Friday, you just have to go to Medicare Cafe Network Agents Group, or it's a Medicare Cafe Agents Group. It's a Facebook Live. So there's no registration. You just show up at the page and we will go live there. So you don't have to worry about registering. And if you miss it, it will be posted in that page. So if you sign in at 10 o'clock and it's already over, because it's only gonna be about 10 minutes, if that, you could just watch the recording right then there. Because when you do Facebook Live, one nice thing about it is it will automatically record it for you and post it to your timeline. So then you have a great way of getting content out there without having to worry about recording, because it does it for you. You don't have to worry about editing, because there's no editing on Facebook Live. You don't have to worry about a lot. Basically, it's very, very easy and it's automated for you. So definitely check that out. Can you delete a Facebook Live recording? Yes. So if you have a Facebook Live on your feed that you don't like, simply, I think there's a little 3 dots and ellipsis in there, or go to edit the post and you could delete it. Or if you go Facebook Live, you could choose not to post it to your timeline as well. If you want a one and done and no one ever sees it, you could do that as well. So Facebook doesn't make you save it, but it will save it automatically if you choose to. So there you go. And again, that's as pretty much as far as I know about Facebook. The challenge of Facebook is it's become so popular this past year because of COVID and everyone's running the social media that they've made a lot of changes. So I was looking through our white papers actually last week, and I realized a lot of the white papers that we wrote on instructions how to do it are no longer valid because the steps have changed. They're still similar, but when you have a screenshot that's wrong, that's never any good. So we will make some new content for you to show you how to do Facebook Live and how to work it.
Perfect.
All right, well, let's get ready for new agent school. What do you say?
All right. Sounds good. We'll see everybody here at 11.
Yes, we expect you all there. We know who you are. Just kidding. That's even creepier. So until either 11 o'clock or next week, have fun, make money, and
give impeccable service. Thanks, guys.
thank you.